لم أكن أن أتحدث عن هذا الموضوع لأنني اخترت لنفسي السكوت خصوصا حول هذا الموضوع الذي سأتحدث عنه. I was not to speak about this topic because I have chosen silence for myself, especially regarding the topic I want to speak about now. But seeing the situation currently, I thought to myself, La budda min dhalik, I have to throw it out. While thinking and holding myself back at times, I came across the statement of Sheikh Sunnah Abul Hasan Ash'ari rahimahullah ta'ala, which is quoted by Sa'id Fawda in his kitab, when he was asked about his intermingling with the people of evil innovations. Obviously this was for his debate with them, and he said, if we do not go to them, how will the truth be dominant and known that there are people who are its supporters with evidence? Under this statement the author wrote, وهذه هي كلمة حقيقة أن تكتب بماء الذهب لتكون نبراسا وعبرة وقاعدة للعالمين. And this is the fact and truth to be written with gold water, which should serve as a beacon, a lesson, and as a principle in the world. After being exposed to this precious statement, I was inspired. Here I am bi'idhnillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. Respected brothers, we are living in a very hectic time and generation where the truth is being challenged by the falsehood and its people. And obviously this is from a very long time. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. And say truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Falsehood is surely bound to vanish. In Ummah, there is a group of people who most of the times you hear them saying this is bid'ah and that is bid'ah. We are Salafus Salihin, we follow Quran and Hadith, لِيَصُدُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, to prevent people from the path of Allah. Starting with their common word bid'ah, and they're labeling everything as innovation and its people as deviated and stopping people from it. This is no new thing from these people. They have inherited it from their Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, who after getting exposed to the isolated fatwas of Taqiyuddin Abu al-Abbas Ahmad ibn Abdul Halim ibn Abdul Salam ibn Taymiyyah al-Harrani rahimahullah, he started giving fatwas to the people together with Muhammad ibn Saud, saying that they want to clean bid'ah and shirk from Islam, which meant all those ai*mmah, fuqaha, ulama who came before them, they were all into shirk and bid'ah, na'udhu billah. So this is famous from their mouth, which have been like this for ages. Then they say we are the followers of Salafus Salihin, and they quote from those mashayikh who they say they are the Salafus Salihin against other people. But when the same mashayikh who they quote from passes the fatwa or says something that goes against them, then they say we don't follow them, we follow Quran and Sunnah. The reality is that they are mutahayyirun, people who are confused. The Quran, which is the basis of divine guidance, instructs men in the very beginning in Surah Fatiha to request Allah for guidance towards as-siratul mustaqim, the straight path. The terms Siratul Rasul or Siratul Quran, the path of the Rasul or the path of the Quran, would seem to be the clearest way to define and identify the straight path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Fatiha has indicated that if one wishes to follow the straight path, he should search for such people an'am Allahu alayhim, upon whom Allah has conferred his favors, and adopt their way. Therefore, when discussing those through whose teachings and example as-siratul mustaqim can be attained, the Quran has included those individuals other than the Anbiya who were to remain present amongst mankind till the day of Qiyamah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions those people whom he has favored and whose path we always make dua for in every salah, namely the prophets, the siddiqeen, the shuhada, and the righteous. Unfortunately, these people have failed to understand this, and this happens when a person just read the tarjuma of the Quran, and them, despite all the clear evidence, they will still make noise. We are not surprised nor perplexed. لَقَدْ جِئْنَاكُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَكُمْ لِلْحَقِّ كَارِهُونَ. Indeed, we have brought to you the truth, but it is the truth that most of you detest. But they do not have choice, no matter how long it will take, but eventually the truth shall overpower. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بَلْ نَقْذِفُ بِالْحَقِّ عَلَى الْبَاطِلِ فَيَدْمَغُهُ فَإِذَا هُوَ زَاهِقٌ. Instead, we launch the truth against the falsehood, which smashes it, and in no time it is nothing. Mu'adh bin Jabal radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, one day he said, indeed there will be fitna after you, wherein wealth will become a lot, and the Quran will be opened, حتى يأخذه المؤمن والمنافق والرجل والمرأة والصغير والكبير والعبد والحر, to such an extent that the believer, the hypocrite, men and women, big and small, a slave and free person will all take from it, until a person will almost say, ما للناس لا يتبعون وقد قرأت القرآن. What is the matter with people that they do not follow me, whereas I have recited the Quran? Today we see majority of this group of people who call themselves Salafis. They just study for a short while, you see them passing fatwas and people blindly following them. And these people have sweet tongue that it's easy for an ignorant person to be trapped by them. That's why Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, إِنَّ أَخْوَفَ مَا أَخَافُ عَلَى هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ كُلُّ مُنَافِقٍ عَلِيمُ اللِّسَانِ. Indeed, I fear most for this ummah every hypocrite who has a sweet tongue. And one of the great Salafi Imams said, you cannot be a Salafi but you doesn't know Arabic. So this is their principle and their weapon through which a lot of foolish people have fallen for them. They give such a speech, ما أروعه وما أجمله وما أحسنه وما أزينه, and what a beautiful speech, until every listener say, إن الحق في هذا الكلام. Truth has to be in this speech. وإن هذا العالم هو العالم على الحقيقة, and this is a real scholar. But hidden in him instead is that Shaitan is using him to spread fitna, which cannot be recognized except by busara, foresight people. So time has come for us to tread the right path and to say no to blind following. Just because someone knows Arabic does not mean understanding deen. If you are not ready to embrace the truth yourself, then at least tell the people who blindly follows you who are the real firqatun najiyah. Otherwise, فَأَنذَرْتُكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى, I warn you of a blazing fire. لَا يَصْلَاهَا إِلَّا الْأَشْقَى, none will enter it but the wretched one. So upon us is to convey whether you will deduce benefit from it or not, Allahu A'lam, because وَمَنْ لَمْ يَجْعَلِ اللَّهُ لَهُ نُورًا فَمَا لَهُ مِن نُور. And the one whom Allah does not give light cannot have light at all. At the end of the day, وَكُلُّهُمْ آتِيهِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَرْدًا, each one of them is bound to come to Allah on the day of judgment all alone. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly mentions in the Quran, فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَلَ أَبْصَارُ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَلْ قُلُوبَ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. The fact is that it is not the eyes that turn blind, but what turns blind is the heart contained in the chest. Allahumma ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayri al-maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Allahumma wafiqna lima tuhibbu wa tarda min al-fi'li wal-qawli wal-niyyati wal-hadi, innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allahumma la tahrimna khayran ma 'indaka bi aswa'i ma 'indana ya hayyu ya qayyum. Allahumma arna al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'a wa أرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا الاجتناب.